Flouting the lockdown imposed by the Pakistani government on Islamabad, thousands of people in Pakistan have been marching to the capital city since yesterday, demanding the release of former Prime Minister Imran Khan from prison. The Pakistani capital was placed under lockdown in a bid to stop protesters, with major roads closed, highways leading to the city blocked, and mobile service suspended. There are reports of clashes between protesters and police in multiple locations near the capital, with police claiming they were pelted with stones. But Mr. Khan's supporters say police fired tear gas and used baton charges against them. The Islamabad High Court has ruled that the protest led by Imran Khan's party is unlawful. Former German Chancellor Angela Merkel says Russia's war with Ukraine would have started earlier if she had not blocked Ukraine's entry into NATO in 2008. She also told the BBC the gas deals she made with Russia were intended to help German firms and keep the peace with Moscow. Angela Merkel led Germany for 16 years. She was in office during the 2015 migrant crisis and Russia's 2014 invasion of Ukraine. She says she believes the war in Ukraine would have started sooner and would likely have been worse if Kyiv had begun the path to NATO membership in 2008. The president-elect of the United States, Donald Trump, seems very desperate to impose his long-desired dreams in governance as soon as he assumes office. He has a tough plan to tackle illegal trade and drug smuggling. Let's tell you more about that in our next report.
Force them to crack down on illegal immigration and drug smuggling into the U.S. Donald Trump says he will hit China, Mexico and Canada with new tariffs on day one of his presidency. In clear terms, the U.S. president-elect says he would sign an executive order imposing a 25% tariff on all goods coming from Mexico and Canada after being inaugurated on the 20th of January 2025. He also says an additional 10% tariff would be levied on China until its government cracks down on fentanyl smuggling to the United States. If Mr. Trump's threat follows through, it will mark a major escalation in tension with the U.S.'s three top trade partners. It could also lead to higher prices for Americans because tariffs work as a form of tax on imports. The U.S. is the world's largest importer. China, Mexico and Canada account for about 40% of the $3.2 trillion goods it imports each year. This, according to official data. China has defended its effort to stop the flow of illegal drugs and has warned that there can be no winner in a trade war between both nations.
And thousands of people have protested outside Georgia's parliament as it convened for the first time since the controversial and much disputed election. Georgia's president also boycotted the parliamentary session, saying she doesn't recognize the Georgia Dream Party's victory and is not granting them legitimacy. The Georgia's parliamentary elections were held on the 26th of October. Many Georgians viewed it as a referendum on the country's efforts to join the European Union. The pro-Russian Georgian Dream Party, which had been in power for 12 years, won with 54% of the votes. However, opponents say the vote was rigged and suspect neighboring Russia of election interference. Egypt's local governor says 4 people have been found alive and 4 bodies recovered a day after a tourist boat capsized in the Red Sea. About 44 persons were on the sea for a diving trip when the boat sank. 32 were rescued and 8 were reportedly missing, including 2 Britons. Those on board say the boat sank within 7 minutes after hitting a large wave.